Edging, how it damages your brain. I'm Dr. Trish Leigh. Let me tell you about it. We're going to go through 3 points in this video. Number 1, what is edging? And in this 2.0 version, what edging is not. Then secondly, what we're going to talk about is what edging does to your brain and why it's so dangerous. I work with so many people that regret the fact that they got into this practice and they were sucked into it without even knowing they were doing it and definitely not knowing what it was doing to their brains. Third, what you can do to back yourself out of the mode that you have put your brain in on accident and heal your brain so that it works optimally and you can leave pornography behind. Okay, number 1, what is edging and what it's not? Okay, edging is the practice of viewing pornography in longer and longer sessions, maybe coming back and forth between viewing pornography and dipping into your life a little bit, but then coming back for dopamine because your life has become difficult to manage without dopamine hits. Coming back, but you might stay in a session and open multiple tabs and with increasing intensity move from one scene to another, holding that buzz or that high. That buzz, that high, that numbing feeling, that sensation, thing that you're craving, the thing that you want so much to take the edge off and make you feel good in this human condition gets better with every increasing move you take towards watching more and watching more intensity. That is edging. What you're doing is you're holding a flood of dopamine in your brain. Your reward center of your brain is being bathed. I want you to think of a bath, bathed in dopamine, which you're not supposed to get in that amount or for that long. So your brain's being bathed in dopamine to feel more and more chill and relaxed and numbed out. But there's consequences to that. So that edging session is you're going forward with increased intensity, feeling better, and you're holding off on the release to have your brain linger in that bath. Now the consequences are your brain's not supposed to be there for that long or at that heightened arousal and intensity level. So what happens is you are desensitizing the reward center in your brain, which means when you go to be with your partner, not only can you not get an erection, you won't be able to ejaculate. It creates massive sexual problems with the partner that you have in your real life. What happens also is the D2 dopamine receptors in your brain are no longer working. So now, next time you go back, you need to go back more frequently, more consistently, with even more heightened intensity. You need more and more and more to get where you were a month ago because your brain is becoming fried out. At the same time, it's dropping out the activity in your frontal lobe. Your decision-making skills are decreasing. Your ability to think and focus are going out the window. You are damaging your brain. That's what edging is. Now, what edging is not? Edging is not being with your partner and trying to have that experience continue for X amount of time while you linger in these lower dopamine levels. But I'm going to caution you here because if it involves fantasy and if you are trailing off into something that's in your arousal template from pornography, you're bringing that into the human sexual experience. And then what's happening there is you're no longer with your partner in the present. You're lingering in that dopamine flood in that bath. What you're going for is more of a dopamine shower with your partner. And actually, I don't even remember it, but I looked up, I will bring it to you in a different video. I looked up how long the average sexual experience should be because I talked to so many people. They're like, I used to be able to go for an hour and a half, 2 hours, but now I can only go for 30 minutes. The average is in the 15-minute range. So think about that, is that you want to be able to hold your brain in that mode, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. To hold your brain in that mode for hours and for days is very damaging. Now, let me tell you the anecdotal story very quick of a few people that I work with. Many people, actually, but we're going to call it the few out of the masses, is that when you get to that point, your brain needs so much dopamine to exist, it's difficult to exist in the world. And then when you try to leave it behind, it is devastating trying to leave it behind. It really involves a weaning process over an extended amount of time. I do not want that for you. That's why if you can back yourself out of that now, if you feel yourself going towards lots of tabs with increasing intensity, please back yourself out for your own sake. Your brain will thank you. So, okay, now that's what happens in your brain. How are you going to do it? Now, in the perfect world, you'd rip that Band-Aid right off and you would stop watching pornography altogether. That would be ideal, because then your brain will start to recalibrate itself. It will get out of this neo-homeostasis mode. It'll move back to the optimal homeostasis or norm, and you will start to feel calm and focused again. You will stop feeling angsty and anxious. You'll stop feeling overwhelmed. Social anxiety will decrease. That is the perfect world. Rip that Band-Aid right off and struggle through some amount of time. But if you've been edging for a while, likely you're going to have to decrease the consistency, the frequency, the length, and the amount of dopamine flooding that you have been doing. But I know some people are going to say this is bad advice, and it is bad advice because it would probably be almost impossible for you. Ripping off the Band-Aid is actually the better way to go. Stop watching, let your brain recalibrate itself and move on. But that can be really difficult for people. So if you can't do that, it's a cheat in the right direction. And I agree. I don't love the cheats in the right direction, but if you can't succeed using the rip the Band-Aid off technique, then cheating in the right direction can give you success. And we know from the neuroscience that success breeds more success. So get successful, start either cheating in the right direction or go cold turkey using strategies, tools, techniques, and support. And I've created programs. Our new pornbrainreboot.org website is ready. The nonprofit isn't completely established at the recording of this video, but it will be soon. So go check out that new website, pornbrainreboot.org. There's different levels of programs that are there for you. And if you want the comprehensive program from start to finish, it's there for you. If not, stay here. Watch the videos. Like and subscribe. Get the notifications. Use the strategies at the end of the video, and they will start coming together for you. Okay. And remember, control your brain or it'll control you.